Hello and welcome to the latest Progress Wrestling Hype Show. And today, as always, I'm joined by my good friends, co-hosts, ring announcer extraordinaire, Mike, Mad Dog Angus. Mike, how the devil are you, mate? Thank you so much for dropping back on the show.
Oh, not a problem at all, Jonas. Always happy to dive on and chat about Progress Wrestling and what we've got coming up in the next few weeks and what we've done. Last week, it was chaos in Cardiff, and I know you were there, enjoyed it yourself, and we've got a lot to discuss about it. So take it away, my friend.
Absolutely. Well, we are here today primarily to discuss the 9 matches that have been announced for Handshakes and Cheeseburgers, September the 18th, from the Electric Ballroom in Camden, Progress's spiritual home, of course, for Chapter 141. And we're going to be covering off all of the matches a little bit later on. And we may be joined by a special guest, I hear, but I don't know who will be joining us. You have promised me a very, very big guest, a big name on the Progress roster, Mike. So don't let me down here, mate.
I do my best, John, as if I can get one of our superstars on to come and chat to you, I'll always do my best, and hopefully it will be one of the greatest wrestlers to ever walk planet Earth who could join us today. We'll just have to see. But let's speak about Cardiff. First of all, I'd like to thank the guys from Cardiff who've brought in this amazing flag that's behind us. Wrestling South Madrid in that order, and they brought it into the office for us to have this week. So I thought I'd put that up for you guys today. And obviously we had an amazing show there. It was such a great show and great atmosphere in the packed out Tram shed, absolutely fully sold out. John, as you were there yourself, you witnessed it. It was an amazing.
Got the T-shirt. That's proof I was there.
He got the T-shirt.
Got the T-shirt.
And what a show it was. It delivered absolutely insane. The crowd didn't stop. I was worried they'd be tired after such a busy weekend of wrestling, but they did. They were loud. They did themselves proud, and we're just looking forward as well to being back in Cardiff in the Tram Shed on October 16th, obviously with the Deadly Viper tour. So hopefully everyone who was there that day will join us again and come and enjoy the wrestling action.
Absolutely. Let's cover off some of the action, just very, very briefly, that we saw a couple of Sundays ago from the Tram Shed. And like I say, the opening match was LJ Cleary versus that damn dirty dog, G Money, the G Money champion of the G Money Championship of the World, or something like that. But that was a fantastic match, with a fantastic opener between LJ Cleary and G Money, of course. Then we had Rio, a long-time favourite of the Progress faithful, against Laura Di Matteo, as a matter of fact, who had a tremendous match against Kanji a few weeks ago from the Ballroom, Chapter 139, and another great match she had against Rio on Sunday from the Tram Shed. And then, of course, we had Mike Bird from South Wales, bit of a homecoming for him. And like I say, he's not a stranger to a Progress ring, and he had a tremendous match against Danny Black, of course. And this was a fantastic match. The crowd were really into it. The action was hot. Mike Bird, in the end, like I say, had a wonderful return to a Progress ring, but that is another match that has to be seen to be believed from the Tram Shed. Any memories of those first few matches?
Mike Bird, Jonas. He was, great technical wrestler there, and it was a shame he didn't get to face Dino Mock, who he was scheduled to be fighting. But the match he had against Danny Black, Danny is somebody who really is a great wrestler, and it really tested Mike to his limits. But he prevailed in that one, and it'll be exciting to watch it back actually and get to see it again, because it was a hard hitting match. And obviously, you mentioned about Rio and Laura Di Matteo, a huge change in attitude from LDM recently, and I'm wondering where that's going to lead to. But she's, she seems to be just smouldering, angry all the time, and as well, you mentioned Gene Money, that damn dirty dog, making his title into a world title by defending it in Cardiff, Wales. So we're in a different principality there. And, that's exciting stuff. And it was great as well to welcome LJ Cleary back to the roster, and hype, living his beautiful life. LJ put on quite the show there, and a cocky, arrogant individual who can actually back it up for a change. That's what we like to see.
Absolutely, some tremendous matches to kick off that show from the Tram Shed, and then we had the hitter Malik and his match against Maverick Mayhew, with Danny Black looking a little bit worse for wear, accompanying him out to the ring. But that was another tremendous match with Costa, of course, shooting his mouth off like he tends to. But then we had a tremendous triple threat tag team match for the Progress Tag Team World Championships, Mike. The Smoking Aces, the 0121 Sunshine Machine. And like I said many, many times on this show, Progress Wrestling have the very best tag team roster in the world, let's be honest. And you can back that up with the evidence that's been provided in 2022 alone, with the fantastic tag team championship matches that Progress have put on, with these three teams in particular heading up the World Tag Team Championships of Progress, and the many great matches we've seen this year. And that was another highlight of the weekend, another highlight of the day from the Tram Shed. That tag team match was blistering, wasn't it, Mike?
Oh, it really was amazing. And, they had the triple threat ladder match back at Super Strong Style, but this was, this was something else. It was crazy in Cardiff in the Tram Shed. They were all over the show, and, the crowd in there that day in Wales absolutely loved it. So great stuff by all six wrestlers again. And, the team that came out on top, it was their, I think, their sixth defense of the title already. So, racking up some wins there. And the other two teams, though, they're still gunning for them titles. So looking forward to seeing what happens next in the tag team division.
Absolutely. And I've got to say, in 2022, I've become a huge fan of the Atlas Championship. And the current reigning defending champion, Luke Jacobs, took on Ricky Shane Page back over from the States. But that's the man there, Luke Jacobs, that's defending the championship with pride, with honor, against all comers. And this was a hard-hitting, tremendous match. And like I say, between two, guys that know how to hit hard. And they certainly did that from the Tram Shed over in Cardiff. What's your recollections of this match, Luke Jacobs versus Ricky Shane Page? Because it was another one of the highlights of the weekend, wasn't it?
Well, one thing, absolute honour to have Ricky Shane Page back over from Sandusky, Ohio, and he's, great wrestler, and he did put on a brilliant match there. Luke Jacobs is more and more impressive every time you see him. He's getting stronger, he's hitting harder, and that Atlas Championship, he wants to keep that around his waist, and I think it's going to be a struggle for anyone to get it away from him, to be honest, Jonas.
And then, of course, we saw Lycos Jim going up against the Greedy Souls in a fantastic number one contenders match from the Tram Shed. This is another match that has to be seen to be believed when it drops on demand and on the network. These two teams gave the fans of Progress from the Tram Shed another great tag team match that they kind of were certainly talking about on their way home on that Sunday.
It definitely was. And Danny Jones and Bronco, Brendan White, the Greedy Souls put on a huge display there. And obviously the winners of that match became the number one contenders for the Tag Team Championship. So they will get a title shot later on in the year, I believe. So I think it's at their time and place of choosing. So it could very well be at the Tram Shed in Cardiff. We'll have to see. So they may take their title opportunity on that date. We'll have to look forward to that and find out if that's going to be the case.
Absolutely. And then, of course, we had the four-way for the Progress Women's World Championship. Jodie Threat, Sky Smithson and Alexis Falcon taking on the current reigning defending champion, Kanji, of course, for her Progress title. And this was another fantastic match. And to be honest with you, I pretty much go as far as to say this was one of my matches of the entire weekend, one of my favourite matches from the Tram Shed that Sunday in Cardiff. All four competitors put on a show-stealing match. And if you don't believe me, check it when it drops on demand. But that four-way for the Women's Championship, Mike, was a show stealer. And like I say, a fantastic representation of what an amazing roster of female talent Progress have in 2022.
It really is, mate. And, that photo just shows it all, with all four combatants in the ring battling away, and they all, gave it their all. And it was great to see all four of them. Jodie Threat really impressed by her, and the battle she had with Kanji, it looked like there was really something heating up there. So it was great to see, and you can never doubt the Iron Queen, Alexis Falcon, great wrestler, and as well. Sky Smithson, that's just trouble all the way with Smithson about. And where Smithson goes at the moment, you always seem to find Lana Austin, who wasn't even involved in the match, but she made herself involved in the tram shed. She was causing chaos in the audience, outside in the queues. Anywhere she can cause trouble, Lana Austin will be there. So, it was all happening in that one.
It really, really was another fun match. And then that led us to the main event we're all looking forward to. Eddie Dennis in the Progress World Championship match against the Sovereign Lord, Spike Trivet, of course. And Eddie Dennis back in South Wales, looking to regain a championship. He might say he never lost in the first place. And it was a tremendous match, back and forth. The fans in the tram shed were 110% into this one, Mike. And it was a fantastic World Championship match. Great story to be told between these two. And a great return to Progress Wrestling for Eddie Dennis against Spike Trivet.
Yeah, particularly impressed with Eddie Dennis. He's come in very professional. What an athlete, what a wrestler in his hometown there. And, the reaction was justified for him. It was absolutely brilliant. Great match. Really passionate match there where he's trying so hard to take that belt away from Spike Trivet. And Spike, the Sovereign Lord, the vulture of progress, he just always seems to be one step ahead at the moment of what everyone else is thinking. So we'll have to see what happens in the next few shows. And obviously, we've got so much coming up, John, as it's just so exciting to see. And I think at this time, we could be possibly joined by our very special guest who's joining us today. He wants to speak, I believe, about handshakes and cheeseburgers. So,
well, there we go. Let's bring on our guest and see who we've got for our Progress audience today. It's none other than the greatest professional wrestler to ever walk planet Earth, Tate Mayfairs. Tate, how are you doing? Welcome to the Progress Wrestling Hype Show.
How am I doing? How do I look?
You look great, sir.
I look fantastic. Great. Right, I look as good as I feel. I feel as good as I look. And a weekend coming up. What a week coming up in British professional wrestling. The best professional wrestling on the globe. On the globe. Right here in the UK. That's where it's at. And we've got TNT, a week of it. A week. TNT, GCW, which I heard in the week stands for generally crap wrestling. They're going to come over. We're going to give them a rub. We're going to beat all of their top stars. Go head to head. Let them have a time to shine and show maybe that what they do. I'm not quite sure what exactly they do. That's meant to be good, but they're going to do.
I'm sure you're bound to find out very soon.
And then at the Sunday, the pinnacle, the end of this weekend, is going to be Progress Wrestling. Don't say it. GCW on the WWE Network. And absolutely. And I'm going to knock Effie out. That's what's going to happen.
But a great week of wrestling to be had. And as you quite rightly said, on Sunday, and it's going to be Chapter 141, Handshakes and Cheeseburgers, September the 18th, from the Electric Ballroom, the spiritual home of Progress Wrestling, of course. And we're going to be previewing all the matches right now, including your match, Tate, because you are going to be part of that show. And you do have, let's say, quite a formidable opponent.
Part of that show. I am going to be the whole show.
Absolutely,
spiritual home as well is going to be. It's going to be the anointing of Tate Mayfairs worldwide. The world is watching to see Tateness is greatness live and in person. Yeah, you're damn right. And you know what? The funny thing is the name of this show. No one else has picked up on it. But the reason we're calling it Handshakes and Cheeseburgers is because that's what we're paying all these GCW talent with. It's what they're used to.
Tate, I hate to break this to you, but I've actually been told it's because it's National Cheeseburger Day that they've called it that. So I think that's possibly what it was going to be, but we'll have to see. There may be some cheeseburgers available at the Electric Ballroom that day, so I'm sure everyone's going to be happy anyway.
I might just beat Effie up so bad that he turns into a patty himself.
There we go. Yeah, Tate, if I were to ask you for our Progress audience out there, if you were to sum up your 2022 in Progress so far, how would you sum it up? Has it been a successful year for you so far? And let's say, how confident are you feeling going into your match against Effie?
Well, Who is everybody talking about worldwide? Tate Mayfairs.
Well,
Tate Mayfairs, Tate Mayfairs, Tate Mayfairs is the only name on anybody's lips, on anybody's list, is Tate Mayfairs. So you want to ask me how this year in Progress Wrestling has gone for me? The tail end of last year, I had a match against Big Guns Joe, my debut, let's say, for the Progress Wrestling. And the start of this year, the first show back, who did they call to draw in the big numbers? Tate Mayfairs. I've been consistent on this brand since the beginning of this year. I've been a part of making this brand bigger than it's ever been before. Boom, season 2.0 is coming, and it's all thanks to me.
Yeah, he makes some good points there, Mike. He makes some good points.
Always, you know, I've seen it before. Tateness is greatness. We've seen it at the ballroom. We've seen it in Newcastle when he came out and caused absolute chaos there, hosting his own interview segment. I think he was thinking of calling it the Mayfairs sessions or something, wasn't it, Tate? But anytime he's about, the crowd can't help but listen, whether it's because they're forced to or whether because they want to hear. But it does happen, and it's undeniable. Tate has been absolutely class all around the UK this year, and looking forward to seeing what he brings to the ballroom on Sunday. And that match, though, it's going to be a tough one for you, Tate. Effie, what a competitor. And, Effie's gone head-to-head with some of the best in the States. And, it's going to be a tough fight for you, mate.
Well, is it going to be a tough fight for me? And here's the thing. I started off by coming out and saying, I was quite aggressive in my stance towards Effie. And truth be told, I've kind of eased up a little bit in the sense that, I got that nice sweet win over Gene Money at the last show, all thanks to Matt Cardona. I told you I've got friends in high places. We'll see where that goes. But part of the thing that bothered me the most, if I'm being entirely honest, is I am the very best wrestler to ever walk planet Earth. That's a fact. And you're all just catching up. I get it. Not everyone is fully on board yet, all right? But it does wind me up. It genuinely hurts me and bothers me to see how much fanfare wrestlers like Gene Money and Effie get. They get so much love from this audience. They get so much love online. They get so much adoration and somehow respect within this industry, when really, truth be told, next to me, they ain't shit. They ain't shit compared to me. Understand what I'm saying? It bothers me greatly that they get this love. It bothers me greatly that they think they can sell all this merchandise. That money, that adulation, that love belongs to me. It belongs to me. And soon enough, it will all be mine. The world will bow down and confess that taintness is greatness. This Sunday, just another stop to that destined place.
Let me ask you, Tate, what sort of preparation have you been putting in ahead of your big match against Effie this coming Sunday? And do you feel that you'll be 100% focused physically and mentally for your big challenge from the ballroom?
This is what you don't get. That's so condescending of you. How dare you ask me that? Do you understand who I am? Do you understand how great I am? Watch Effie. Follow what he does. Follow what these people do. They sit around on Twitch streams, smoking weed, eating junk food, pretending to go to the gym. What the hell is that? Understand I am professional, 24/7, 365. I am up early, meditate, run, fasted cardio, eat meal 1 and 2, go to the gym, heavyweight session, come back, eat meal 3 and 4. Fucking get in this social media hype. The most seen person on social media today, the best video packages in the business today, all from me, one-man wrecking crew, the greatest professional wrestler to ever walk planet Earth. I am laser focused. I am laser sharp. I'm in the best shape of my life, and you're all witnessing greatness live, personified in person. You're lucky to walk the earth. You're lucky to be in the building, Electric Ballroom, the same time as me.
There we go, Mike. He's made a believer out of me, and I think that's going to be one of the best matches, one of the most anticipated matches this coming Sunday from the ballroom, Handshakes and Cheeseburgers. But there he goes. Thank you so much, Tate, for your time.
You can't deny it. Tate Mayfairs.
A busy guy, and obviously, he's got things to do. He's got places to be. He's
Meal
got
6 and 7, I believe, and then meditate and back to the gym again. So,
there we go.
he's got to keep it in line. He's laser focused and he's ready for Effie on Sunday, and it's going to be an amazing match. Looking forward to seeing that one. And John, just before we move on, I will let you know as well, there's less than 100 tickets left for the show on Sunday. I think it's going to be a sellout of the ballroom. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody there for that one. And obviously, as Tate's just said, he's we could see Effie being ground into a meat patty at the weekend. So I don't know who wants to see that, but that could be what happens at Handshakes and Cheeseburgers.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you rightly said, Mike, it is close to being a sellout at the ballroom this coming Sunday. You can get your tickets very simply by going to progresswrestling.com/tickets. It will transport you to the Dice FM app where you can get your tickets. Get your tickets now. Get your tickets today. Don't be that guy that's kind of left wondering and standing thinking, damn, I wish I was there to see all the fantastic GCW names and American stars and the very best from UK and Europe in the ballroom. This coming Sunday, the 18th of September, is a show you're not going to want to miss. Handshakes Cheeseburgers, chapter 141. Go to progresswrestling.com/tickets right now. Let's talk about some more of the matches then, Mike. And another hotly anticipated match is this one here. Two of the best young, up-and-coming, high flyers, aerial artists in the world. Nick Wayne, who made his Progress Wrestling debut against Robbie X a couple of months ago, just a short time ago, in an absolute barn burner of a match that I still remember vividly today, against another of one of the brightest UK talents that's setting the UK, Europe, the world ablaze, just as Nick Wayne is Callum Newman. And this match between two of the hottest prospects in the world. Let's be honest, Mike, the world.
Two of the biggest future stars for sure. And, Nick Wayne has arrived on the scene and he is an amazing wrestler, the son of Pacific Northwest legend, Buddy Wayne, of course. Yeah. And, I was lucky enough to speak to Nick when he was over and celebrate my birthday with him. And, he was such a nice guy. And he is somebody who, as Tate Mayfairs just pointed out, he is someone who is laser focused, works so hard in the gym, works so hard studying, not just finishing school off, but as well studying in-ring wrestling. Obviously, took on some of the best wrestlers on the planet. And then as well now, he's going to be taking on the Prince of Pace, Callum Newman. Going to be such a challenge for both of these guys. Both, the pressure on them is going to be massive in this one. Both great high-flying aerial wrestlers. Brilliant style for both of them. I cannot wait to see what this match turns out to be. And it'll be, it's going to be something special, I'm sure. And people speak so highly of Nick Wayne versus Robbie X from 24/7 back in July. And I'm sure this one is going to be exactly the same. This is going to be one that people, in years to come, look back on YouTube and think, oh, yeah, I want to watch that match and, check it out on demand on WWE Network and Peacock TV when they drop, because this is going to be one of those that's going to go down in history, to be sure.
Absolutely. It's going to be quite a pivotal match in both of these guys' career. You've got two fantastic young, world beaters. And if they're not already, they soon will be going up against one another. So this is kind of like a pivotal, historic match in both of these two's career. So you've got to be there in the ballroom to witness this match go down, because it is going to be that good. And you could see some sequences in that match that you've possibly never seen before between two wrestlers. If you love your fast-paced action, Callum Newman versus Nick Wayne is definitely going to be your cup of tea on Sunday. And then, of course, we got a 6-man match to crown a number one contender. We got 3 from GCW. We got 3 from Progress. We got Cole Radrick, Jordan Oliver, Tony Deppen versus Man Like DeReese versus Danny Black and Robbie X. So a 6-way match to determine the number one contender.
Yeah, I believe, it's going to end in chaos, and it's going to start with all 6 in the ring, I believe. So
Gotcha.
it's going to be, and the winner wins a championship opportunity for their respective company. So if one of the GCW guys wins, they will win a chance at the GCW championship. And similarly for the Progress championship, if it's one of the Progress guys who wins. But what a collection of talent in that matchup. Absolutely insane. Obviously, I know the 3 guys from Progress very well. Robbie X worked with him numerous times. Great wrestler, brilliant, aerially as well, and such an innovator of different styles of wrestling. Danny Black, an awesome cruiserweight, young, upcoming talent, very good, part of CPF. And man like Darius,
wow,
part of the 0121, the Lyrical Dragon. Darius is on an absolute tear at the moment. It's just been having some amazing tag matches. And then obviously we've got the guys from GCW, the Raddy Daddy. I've been watched a couple of Cole Roderick's matches. Absolutely, brilliant, talented wrestler. Always gives it his all. The match one of the matches I watched was a death match he was in, where literally, he put everything on the line in that one, and he was absolutely really great. I'm just thinking, there's a video that you can watch if you want to check out Cole Radrick. Make sure to check it out on YouTube. It's one I watched yesterday. It was really good. So make sure to have a little look over that before you get to see him. And obviously, Jordan Oliver worked with him at TNT. He was over for Project X, I believe, last year. Brilliant wrestler, very talented young wrestler, and another great talent. And Tony Deppen as well, obviously from seeing him on Ring of Honor in the past, former Ring of Honor TV champion, and a very talented individual. So that match is just going to have it all, and it is going to be madness, that one, I think. So yeah, can't wait.
100%. Another match that you have to be there to witness with your own two eyes. And then we got this one here. Blake Christian versus Leon Slater. Leon Slater's been tearing it up in 2022, and the same could be said for Blake Christian. Like I say, he's been a regular on AEW TV, Dark and Rampage, facing the very best that AEW has to offer, and now he's over here facing the very best that the UK has to offer, and it comes in the form of 18-year-old show stealer. Let's be honest, Leon Slater. I've been watching his progress very, very closely this year. And it just seems to be getting better and better and better. Picking up championships all over the UK, having show-stealing matches all over the UK. And we've seen him have some amazing matches inside a Progress Ring, in particular against RKJ and one or two others throughout 2022. But these two are going to put on a fantastic display, Blake Christian versus Leon Slater.
Of course. And, Nick Wayne is sort of Rookie of the Year in the States, from what I can see. And I'd argue that Leon Slater could very well be, the Rookie of the Year in the UK. His match with Takeshita the other week was just absolutely insane in Sheffield. And, it's stuff like that really puts people on the map. And just going out and continually having these amazing matches. Every time he appears, I'm astonished by something he does. And I've heard so many good things about Blake Christian, and obviously seen little clips on TV and a few matches. But really looking forward to seeing these guys, tear it up, and they will tear it up in the ballroom on Sunday. Absolutely.
But on to the next match that we're going to cover, and it is going to be for the Progress Tag Team Championships. And Sunshine Machine, who has been, they've been fantastic champions since picking up the belts Super Strong Style Weekend a few short months ago, and they are defending the titles once again against, some might say, possibly the most decorated and one of the best tag teams the UK has to offer, the Kings of the North. So this could very well be the toughest championship defense Sunshine Machine has had to put on so far, Mike.
Yeah, it's really great to see the Kings of the North in progress again. Obviously, I would argue that Kings of the North are one of the best tag teams in the whole world. Worked with them a lot at TNT Extreme Wrestling. They were the champions there for a long time until they were defeated by La Rebellion, who are the NWA tag team champions, and the belts are now over in the States at the moment. And I know, the Kings of the North are not happy if they're not carrying championship gold. So now they're coming for the Progress Championships, and they've got every chance to win. I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed watching Sunshine Machine. What a great team, Teeks and Chuck Mambo are. But this I think, is definitely going to be one of their toughest challenges, fighting against Corvin and Bonesaw, the Kings of the North, one of the toughest tag teams about. This one is going to be amazing. I honestly cannot wait for that match. It's going to be a real proving ground for Sunshine Machine. If they can stand toe to toe with the Kings of the North and survive, then that's going to be a real moment for.
And contrasting styles as well. And we know that Sunshine Machine are very versatile, but they do also like their fast-paced and slightly high-flying action. But Kings of the North are going to try and keep them grounded, aren't they? And really try to batter them and keep their feet on the ground and play ground and pound. But they're more heavy hitters, so it could be interesting. These are challengers, unlike any other that Sunshine Machine have faced so far. So a really, really interesting encounter. And speaking of interesting encounters, we got this one here, a tag team match. Kanji and Ali Catch team up to go against Lana Austin and Sky Smithson on Sunday the 18th from the Ballroom. And once again, there's, like I say, a lot of dynamics here to be aware of. Lana and Sky have recently formed a little bit of a formation, a little bit of a collective between the two of them. Ali Catch over here in the UK teaming with the Progress Women's World Champion Kanji. And this is going to be a fantastic match. And like I say, another interesting one for the Progress faithful in the Ballroom on Sunday, Mike.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, Lana Austin and Sky Smithson have formed this alliance. And at one point, I was concerned that it was actually going to be a handicap match and it'd be Kanji versus the two of them, which would have spelt impending doom, I would certainly say, for the champ. And Kanji would have been in big trouble. But thankfully, Ali Catch, who's familiar with tag team wrestling herself, has dived in and is going to tag with Kanji in that one. So that'll be, really exciting to see. And obviously, Ali Catch, great wrestler from the States as well, normally works alongside Effie. So it'll be interesting to see how Kanji and Ali Catch tag together. And obviously, we all know that Lana and Sky are already, there's always trouble when them two are about. So we'll just have to see how that one goes.
Absolutely, and it'll be interesting to see how the two teams, coexist individually, and I'm very interested to see how the dynamics and how Sky and Lana coexist on Sunday. But that could prove, fundamental in how the match transpires. Let's talk about this one here, Joey Janella going up against Kid Lycos. Now we're familiar with Joey Janella from all the work that he's done across North America, of course. More renowned as a bit of a hardcore wrestler. I'm wondering whether Kid Lycos actually knows what he's let himself in for here.
Lycos is going to be fresh from a trip to Japan. He's been wrestling over there recently, and he's a great talent, Kid Lycos. He's been doing this for a few years. He's come back from injuries that he's had, and he's shown how tough he is. Very talented wrestler. And Joey Janella, obviously someone who's been around themselves for quite a while. The spring break master, or whatever he likes to call himself. Yeah. He had an awesome match against Chantal Jordan a year or so ago in the UK, where they ended up having a bit of a street fight all over the place. I remember
that one very well.
And it ended up going viral and everything. So, I saw him on that, obviously. But he has wrestled in Progress before as well, taking on the likes of Chris Brooks, MJF, and even Zach Gibson as well in Super Strong Style a few years back. So, no stranger to Progress Wrestling. And he's put on Twitter earlier today, that he's looking forward to coming back to Progress. And, it'd be great to welcome him back and see how he gets on against that dangerous wolf that is Lycos. So, we'll have to see what happens there. And as you know, John, as well, wherever Lycos goes, normally Lycos 2 is not too far behind. So we'll have to see if that plays any part in what
happens.
Always shenanigans with them pair. Lycos in trouble as well.
Absolutely. And then, like I say, one of the highlights of the show, one of the highlights of the card is, of course, Gene Money going up against Matt Cardona. Now that they've both had a war of words on social media, a war of words by sending videos through to Progress HQ as well. Let's take a little bit of a look at what G Money has to say about his encounter with Matt Cardona this coming Sunday.
We had clashes in castles, and then we had the unthinkable, we had the unpredictable, we had, frankly, the undefendable being defended. I said I'd never defend this because why would I? It's my belt, it's got my name, and look how beautiful you are, I want to kiss you. But that's not what this is about. This is about in there, LJ Clary comes out, and let's make some magic. Progress say, oh, Gene, if you're bringing your belt and it's on the network, you're probably going to have to defend it. And I'm like, alright, so LJ Clary, he's an Irishman, we're in Wales, I'm an Englishman. This is officially a world championship. All right? No one can say other. Not you, Matthew Cardona. You don't call this belt a joke. No, it's a belt. It's a belt. Grow up. I'm a world champ, and now the world knows it too, or something very similar. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
And Mike, you got two of the biggest names in the game, two of the biggest characters in the game, facing off, going one-on-one from the Electric Ballroom this coming Sunday. Handshakes and Cheeseburgers. Matt Cardona versus that damn dirty dog G Money. And I'm not sure if Matt Cardona has ever faced anybody quite like G Money before. So it's going to be a fascinating match, and one that you have to be there to watch it with your own two eyes. Tickets available now from progresswrestling.com/tickets. Give us your thoughts on this encounter then, Mike.
Well, I've been so impressed with Gene Money over the last year or so. He was the first wrestler out of Progress since when we started with the sort of new management team and everything. And he was, he came out in his space suit. And since then, he's been on an absolute tear through Progress. He's been brilliant. Unfortunate to pick up an injury at Super Strong Style and not make it all the way to the finals there. And he was so close, honestly. And his mission to get there was scuppered on that occasion. But then since then, he's become obviously the world champion of Gene Money with the Gene Money Championship. And it's going to be awesome to see him wrestle as well, I believe, for Matt Cardona's Internet Championship, if I'm not mistaken, at the show. So we'll have to see what happens there. But Cardona obviously was in the WWE for 15, 16 years. I believe I saw him right at the very start of his time in WWE back in the day, probably must be about 2006 when he was when he looked a little bit like Edge, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And but then, obviously since leaving WWE, he's had an amazing time. He's defeated Ace Austin on his debut for Impact Wrestling. He was the digital media champion after beating Jordan Grace at Impact Wrestling. He was the NWA champion, where he beat Trevor Murdoch, if I'm not mistaken. And also, of course, he was the GCW world champion, beating Nick Gage at their big homecoming show, which everybody watched, obviously. And then he's since lost that title to John Moxley, wasn't it, at one point? So, Cardona has had such an amazing time on independent wrestling scene around the United States. And then he's going to be here in the UK, having a couple of matches for TNT, Extreme Wrestling, I believe, in Liverpool, and then obviously this match against Gene Money is going to be one of the toughest matches he's had in his career, I'd say. So it's going to be exciting times, and it'll be very interesting to see how Matt gets on facing against that damn dirty dog, because Gene can be unpredictable at the best of times. So we'll have to see how he gets on here. And it'd be interesting as well to see Matt Cardona, how he gets on. And also, don't know if Chelsea Green will be with him. Don't know if that's it on the cards, but she's appeared occasionally about the place. So, I always have to watch out for that as well. And Cardona, though, definitely an exciting prospect. And if Gene Money can get a big win there and pick up that title, then who knows where it'll go for the career of Gene Money.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned the word unpredictable earlier, Mike, and I think this match has unpredictable written all over it. But like I say, I'm utterly fascinated with watching this match, seeing how it unfolds, and like I say, how will Matt Cardona handle a Gene Money, and like I say, vice versa. I think you've got two of the biggest names, two of the biggest characters on the scene right now, going face to face for Matt Cardona's Internet Championship, of course, or as Gene might call it, an Internet bout. Who knows? But we've got one more match to talk about, and that's going to be this one here for the Progress World Championship. Spike Trivet, the Sovereign Lord, the Vulture of Progress, defends his championship one more time against Drew Parker, somebody that Spike knows relatively well. But Drew's been doing some fantastic work over in Japan recently, over in North America. He's back over here on UK soil.
Well, I believe Drew Parker challenged Spike to take part in a death match, but I don't know if Spike ever answered the challenge, to be honest. So I think we'll have to wait and see.
For his sake, I hope it's not.
Well, I'm the audience and the ring.
Absolutely.
We'll have to see. I do believe that was the challenge that was issued when we were in Sheffield. But I don't know if Spike has ever accepted that opportunity. And at the time as well, obviously, the Progress World Championship wouldn't have been on the line. So we'll have to see what happens on Sunday when we're in the ballroom. And, it's going to be exciting to see those guys face each other, whether it's a death match or just a normal match. The last time they faced each other, I believe, in Progress was at the Dome. And I think that was in sort of a death match situation. If I'm not mistaken, Spike sort of got thrown into a mirror, was it? And received quite a bad injury. So there's definitely going to be some bad blood between these guys because they sort of came through the ranks together. I do think there's going to be some genuine animosity between these two as well. And I'm not sure how happy Spike's going to be to see Drew back in a Progress ring. And I think it'll be there could be some bad blood between them, literally. So we'll find out on Sunday for sure.
There's definitely a lot of anticipation for this one in particular, and a fantastic opportunity for Drew Parker as well to get his hands on the Progress World Championship in a promotion that he's known very well over the years.
What a homecoming that would be for Drew. The only other factor to throw into place is the fact that I believe Spike Trivet is defending the Progress World Championship in Dubai on Saturday. So wherever there's the possibility that it might not actually be a championship match as well. So we'll have to see, but we'll keep everyone updated on our social media about that one. But I believe that is something that's happening this weekend as well. So it could actually end up being Spike's third defense if he retains the title in Dubai on Saturday. And I'm looking forward to seeing that match on Sunday, whether it's for the title, whether it's a death match or not, because either way it's going to be brutal. And I think Drew versus Spike, that is always going to be an amazing matchup.
Absolutely. Let's just quickly recap the matches that we've got to look forward to. Chapter 141, Handshakes and Cheeseburgers from the Ballroom this coming Sunday, the 18th of September. Nick Wayne versus Callum Newman. I mean, come on, if you want a demonstration of two of the brightest talents in world professional wrestling over the next 5 years, then you've got them there going face to face in front of the Electric Ballroom faithful this coming Sunday. And then, of course, you've got the 6-man match for to be number one contender for their respective companies. Obviously, Cole Radrick, Jordan Oliver, Tony Deppen, Malak DeReese, Danny Black, and Robbie X all face each other in the ring at the same time to see if they can get a number one contenders shot or to be number one contender for their respective championships. And of course, we've got Blake Christian versus Leon Slater in another match that's you're going to have to kind of possibly leave your chairs once or twice. I can imagine that match spilling out outside of the ring on a few occasions. Then you got the World Tag Team Championship match between Sunshine Machine going up against one of the best tag teams in the UK, in Europe, dare I say it, the world, the Kings of the North there. Then Kanji, the Progress Women's world champion, teams up with Ali Catch to take on Lana Austin and Sky Smitson in a tag match at Chapter 141. And then Joey Janella comes over to the UK to take on Kid Lycos. And as Mike said, wherever Kid Lycos is, Kid Lycos 2 is not too far behind. Matt Cardona takes on that damn dirty dog G Money with Matt Cardona's Internet Championship on the line. We do believe, and of course, we had the greatest professional wrestler to ever walk planet Earth on the show. It's almost like he's back in the room on the show not too long ago, telling us and telling Effie why he is going to be fully prepared for Effie's challenge this coming Sunday from the Ballroom. And then, of course, our main event will be for the Progress World Championship. The Sovereign Lord, Spike Trivet, will be defending his title, we do believe, against Drew Parker, two individuals that know each other very, very well. And I'm sure that one is going to get pretty tasty on Sunday from the Ballroom. So lots to look forward to. And don't forget, get your tickets now. There are still tickets available, but it is likely to sell out. So don't delay. Get your tickets today. Just go to progresswrestling.com www.dice.com/tickets. It will transport you to the Dice FM app where you can get your tickets today. So don't delay. I'm saying a lot of things that rhyme at the moment, Mike. I think I've got a new career ahead of me, but also
dragon now, mate.
No, I'm not going to take him on in a rap battle, believe me, or any sort of battle for that matter. It was announced not too long ago, like I say, besides the Handshakes and Cheeseburgers, which we have to look forward to, Mike, the three kind of shows that's going to be at the tail end of the year to cap off 2022 for Progress Wrestling. And as was announced not too long ago, you've got Wrestling Witchface Trick or Treat from the Camden Electric Ballroom on October the 23rd. That'll be Progress's offering in the month of October. And then we got They Think It's All Over, chapter 146, once again from the Ballroom, November the 27th. And then to round off the year, the very end of the year, December the 30th, once again from the Electric Ballroom in Camden, London. And we got to Unboxing Live 5, Deal or No Deal. Mike, some amazing shows to kind of look forward to there, besides Handshakes and Cheeseburgers. And of course, we got other shows in between. But those three shows that have been announced just days ago, like I say, going to cap off the year for Progress in style.
Yeah, really looking forward to them all. It's going to be great. Handshakes and Cheeseburgers is one of the most exciting sort of independent wrestling cards that I think you could have anywhere around the world at the moment. I think if you miss that show, you're going to be absolutely devastated, to be honest, because it's going to be something really special to have the guys from GCW over in the UK and taking on some of the best Progress has to offer. That is just going to, blow people's minds. And a lot of these wrestlers who you see and entertain you on these shows are the ones who you're going to be seeing, all over the world in the next few years. And they are such exceptional talent. And, somebody put online earlier today that, Brit Rest hasn't got any great wrestlers anymore. Well, there's absolutely amazing wrestling talent out there. And this show will absolutely prove that. If you're not there, you're going to miss out. There's literally, I think there's less than 80 tickets left now. And, by the time this drops online, John, as it might have been a sellout already, but hopefully you'll still have a chance to pick up a ticket. Don't miss your opportunity. And then as well, rest of the year, there's so much to come. We've still got the Deadly Viper Tour continuing. We're going to be in Manchester, Birmingham and Cardiff still later on in the year. And also, we've got these awesome shows coming up that John has just mentioned in the Electric Ballroom. The Halloween shows, what I'm looking forward to. Wrestling Witchface.
Yeah,
what a great name. And and then of course we've also got They Think It's All Over, which is during the World Cup. We did check the fixtures before we put this one out. I've got a horrible feeling we might clash with Canada at some point during that game, but hopefully but England aren't playing that day, so you don't need to worry about that. And Unboxing Live 5, can't wait for that as well. I don't know if I don't think Noel Edmonds is going to be there, but we'll have to see. You just never know.
You never know. Anything could happen in professional wrestling. But
exactly.
Mike, as always, it's been a fantastic pleasure to speak to you. But before we go, you probably noticed my amazing T-shirt, which I got when I saw Progress Chapter 140. Wrestling got in that order from the Tram Shed. And this Sunday from the Ballroom. Another reason why you have to be there, despite the fantastic 9 matches that we discussed in this hype show, you will have the opportunity to get a T-shirt very similar to mine that will have this design here, the London Progress T-shirt, and that's another reason why you need to be there to get your hands on one of these from the merch stand before, during and after the show. These will be available, Mike, and a fantastic design. I've got to say, since buying this one, I think this is possibly my favorite T-shirt now.
Absolutely love it, John. It's very limited run, that one, and similarly the London one, there's only 100 T-shirts been made, I believe, so really nice limited edition. What a design. Absolutely love that. And the colour scheme as well. Perfect for, for anyone visiting the capital. And obviously that Cardiff one's really snazzy, John, as I like that.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And once again, I'll just thank the guys for the flag as well. That was absolutely legend bringing that in for us as well. So really appreciated that. And, we've got a little photo of it at the Tram Shed, John, so I'll send that over for you to pop in at the end of the show for them if you can.
Absolutely, absolutely. But finally, Mike, let's say, don't forget to get your tickets. Get your tickets now. Don't delay. Go to progresswrestling.com/tickets or go to the Dice FM app and just search Progress. Bring up the show, chapter 141 for this coming Sunday, Handshakes and Cheeseburgers. Get your chance to see international stars like Matt Cardona, like Joey Janella, Effie, Nick Wayne, and then all the fantastic UK stars that are going to be on the show as well, like Tate Mayfairs, of course, Gene Money, man like DeReese, and so many more. It is an absolutely stacked card. Would you expect anything less from Progress Wrestling? And this one, it pretty much sets itself up as possibly one of the most stacked cards on a Progress roster in the Progress calendar in 2022. So don't be that guy, as SoCal Val would say, that misses out. And like I say, you'll be kicking yourself if you do. But Mike, I want to thank you so much for your time today. Look forward to seeing you at the ballroom on Sunday, my friend. And like I say,
get a handshake, and you'll have to say you might get a cheeseburger.
There we go. By the power of technology, it kind of worked there. It kind of worked. But
yes, edit a fake arm in or something, John. For you.
It's National Cheeseburger Day. You mentioned that earlier on, so there could be cheeseburgers.
Who knows
around.
what treats there could be?
Who knows? But the final words go to Matt Cardona. But Mad Dog, thank you very much for your time, my friend.
Thank you, my mate. See you soon. We'll see you at the ballroom. Get your tickets now. Don't miss out on this one. It's going to be crazy.
Hey, Gene, it's me again. And how dumb are you? I don't want the Gene Money Championship. Oh, no. I've been winning championships all over the world. How about me and you, one-on-one for the most prestigious title in all of wrestling? The Internet Championship.